A martial arts champion boldly challenged the royal guard, but what unfolded next left everyone in stunned silence. Ryan Chen, a black belt with international titles in a string of top-tier dojos across California, strutted through Buckingham Palace's courtyard, wearing his signature designer tracksuit and exuding confidence. At 32, he'd built a reputation as unbeatable. Instagram bio, untouchable, unstoppable, invincible. He scoffed at the stoic royal guard standing at attention, adjusting his flashy Rolex and mocking, "In my world, a guard who just stands there is asking to be knocked down." His loyal training partners, dressed in matching branded jackets, formed a protective semicircle around him, recalling their fierce battles worldwide. Last year in Tokyo, they'd faced off against a Swedish champion who lasted just 40 seconds against Ryan. His gaze fixed on guard William Harrington, dressed in the iconic red tunic and bearskin cap. Little did Ryan know, Harrington was no ordinary sentinel. At 28, he'd served 8 years in the military, with combat tours in Afghanistan and Syria, earning medals for bravery. Yet his face remained impassive, unreadable. Ryan sneered, "Look at this guy. No stance, no defense. Ceremonial nonsense won't cut it in a real fight." A few tourists shifted uncomfortably, sensing the brewing tension. Nearby, Colonel James Thornton, a retired Royal Marine with 30 years of service and combat experience, watched intently, recognizing the signs of a challenger seeking trouble. Ryan stepped closer, cocky. "Let me show you what a real fighter looks like." Harrington didn't flinch. His disciplined stillness contrasted sharply with Ryan's fluid, aggressive movements. Ryan circled, throwing quick jabs, inches from Harrington's face. "See? These guys aren't fighters. They're just performers," Ryan declared loudly. Suddenly, Ryan executed a lightning-spinning kick aimed straight at Harrington's face. The sound of impact echoed across the courtyard, and the ceremonial cap flew off Harrington's head. But what happened next chilled Ryan to the bone. Harrington didn't fall. His head snapped to the side, but his body stayed rooted. A thin trail of blood traced down his temple, yet his eyes held steady, empty of pain or fear, only cold focus. One of Ryan's entourage whispered, "Oh no." Time seemed to freeze. Then Harrington moved. Precise, calculated. In a blur, he closed the gap, knocking Ryan to the ground with brutal efficiency. Ryan gasped as Harrington kneeled on his chest, applying just enough pressure to immobilize him. Struggling, Ryan found himself powerless, as Harrington's calm voice commanded, "Stay down." Colonel Thornton stepped forward, voice firm. That's the difference between performing combat and truly experiencing it. Ryan, gasping for breath, looked up. "He's just a guard," he muttered. Thornton's eyes narrowed. Before joining the Queen's Guard, Harrington served with elite special forces, multiple deployments, decorations for bravery. This isn't a game. Security personnel arrived surrounding the scene. An officer noted, "Assaulting a soldier on duty is a serious offense. The Crown Prosecution Service will have plenty to say about this." Ryan, defeated, sat silently later in the security office, his bravado gone. Harrington entered, now in standard combat gear, the cut on his face cleaned. Ryan immediately stood, showing respect for the first time. "That was Special Forces training, wasn't it?" he asked, voice subdued. Harrington nodded. "We adapt techniques to the mission," he replied simply. Ryan paused. "I misjudged you. I saw a statue, not a soldier." Harrington's expression was unreadable. Then with a slight smirk, he added, "When I kicked you, most men would have gone down. You barely moved." He turned to leave, returning to duty as if nothing had happened. But inside, everything had changed for Ryan. Would you have seen past the uniform? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Guards Moments, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story. More incredible encounters are coming. Check out our previous videos on your screen now. See you next time.